We're live.
Hello, good morning. Happy
Good morning.
Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
We are back. I have Andrea Ferguson here,
Hello.
and we are going to be talking about all of our amazing services here at the One Wellness, One Beauty Bar. Same
Mhm.
thing. And we're going to go ahead and wait for everybody to get on, jump on. Hopefully, you guys got our email campaign, and we are doing some amazing August specials,
Mhm.
including neurology reset is what Andrea specializes in.
Yes, absolutely. And that's what most people don't understand is that the nervous system, like that's why we get stuck, right? In the first place, because your body is running on two modes, on sympathetic, which is the fight or flight, and the parasympathetic, which is the rest and digest. And they're supposed to switch back and forth all day long, but we have all of these crazy things going on in our lives. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well, why you get stuck in the first place, and then how that affects your body, your face, and your sleep, because you wanted to talk about that. So I'm looking forward to having a good conversation while we wait for everyone to get in.
Perfect. And we are in a new system, which I'm super excited about. So I'll have to have you let me know who's on and what questions there are because it does not look like I can even see right now. But yeah, I mean, life is hard. We get stuck in the way that we think, the way that we feel, and we have to stay strong. Like our mind over matter, right? There's always a matter that's going to make us deregulate, de-stress. That's where the more that we're aware of positive thoughts, positive thinking, turning off screen time. We talked about light last week, right? Like you
Yes,
don't want to have the harsh lights, which is hence why I'm outside.
I love
But
it. So, how are you feeling right now? Let's talk about that. I think that that's important for people to see an example of how you regulate your nervous system and how you keep that stress down. How do you feel right now in your body, and what do you think is the reason for that? What's doing that for you?
Well, you have to be mindful. That's the main thing. You have to go into your every single day knowing that you're going to wake up and doing X, Y, and Z. It's so hard right at 6, 7 o'clock, I always say between 3 and 4 hours of going to work. Obviously, it's very easy to revert back to thinking bad. So that's where the more that we make very conscious decisions on the way that we wake up, no screen time, the way that we're aware of not letting our 100 text messages, especially us as like high performer business women, it is so
Yes.
easy to get sucked down. And that's one of the things is that yes, it's about beauty. Yes, it's about educating you guys on all these wonderful products that we have, but I want to keep it simple and simplify everything that we do because it starts from how you wake up to how you end your day,
And how
which is
did you wake up? You're in this beautiful place
oh,
and
I know. I mean, it's not a bad life, right? Like my we're going to do a webinar, and I'm like, well, it's fun. Andrea's trying to keep me consistent here, and I love it because we have our med spa open today, and it's the same thing. That obviously this is the time of year that everybody goes on vacation, but what can you do in your day to make what is it like a sluggish day more into a positive day? The same thing with
well,
your
I
mind,
mean, I think what
right?
you're doing right now, like you're
My
drinking
water.
water, you're outside, there is sun, there are trees, there is nature. It must feel like, what is the weather like right now? Like you feel a breeze, you feel like the sun, and all of that helps to regulate your nervous system, right? You're over here talking about the notifications, the deadlines, the traffic always being on. And that keeps a lot of us pinned in sympathetic mode. And the nervous system just stops switching. It gets stuck on go.
Yeah.
And once it's stuck there, everything downstream follows it. The cortisol leads to inflammation, and the chronic stress keeps inflammatory signals running high. And your skin is reading all of that. It's red, it's broken out, slows the healing, and the tension leads to the lines. And so, one thing I love about you is that how you do try to move a dysregulated nervous system into a regulated one, because
Mhm.
otherwise it's going to be holding in your jaw and your brow, and your shoulders are tight, and your face is literally carrying the load of a nervous system that never got that signal, to stand down, just like you would a computer.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I think you're kind of embodying it right now, being outside. It's really lovely, and I think we need to do more of that because that's also a part of it, right?
Well, and that's what I like. We have to what you preach, you have to do. So that's the main thing is that this is our profession, this is what we do, but it's very very easy just to go into your room, do your computer work, but embed the moment, right? Like you got to really really look at everything and then see how you could do things better. So speaking of debloating, right, that's all about waking up the lymph nodes, waking up your system. It's funny, we actually just got a new lymphatic machine, and all my therapists were very big into, yeah, no, I don't really think I want to do machines, especially what we're trying to teach, right? Is like kind of going away from technology, going away from all of this. So it's so funny because once I
Recovery,
actually
right?
saw the benefits of how this machine goes in there and debloats everything from the armpits down, then we
Wow.
can really touch on the lymph nodes on the face, up
Hmm.
here, everything, so we can make you more youthful, regenerated. Obviously, everybody's talking about getting facelifts. That's the newest thing of, 40-year-old facelifts. But why not we just lengthen our body? Why don't we stretch and fill? And I mean, you just have a beautiful physique, but the main thing is that more than it's more than the way that you look, but even whenever you just do a little movement like this, it
Yeah,
really
recovery. I mean, what you're saying is
uh,
like puffiness is a plumbing problem because your lymph has no pump of its own. So
yeah.
unlike the blood, the lymphatic fluid only moves when you move it.
Which
And
speaking of
modern life is
mind,
just keeping it. Go ahead.
oh no, I was just gonna say that speaking of mind over matter, it is hot over here in Mexico. It is like 101 degrees. So as I'm like all doing this video, I'm like, whoo, you could see I'm all sweaty, but it's good because
It
it's
is
everything we're talking
good.
about is
Yes.
detoxing, hydrating,
Yes.
detoxing, hydrating, what you put in your body and then what you, um, you know, um, sweat out, right? That's you
Absolutely.
growing and moving. And so
And how
anyway,
we address like that's and here's the part most people miss. Recovery is when the results actually happen. So you're sweating, you're doing all these things and everything. Of course, also treatments create the stimulus, and recovery is where the skin, the muscle, the fascia are actually changing. So that's why we're having these lymphatic drainage machines and sessions, and plus the therapeutic massage as well. But we're moving that what's stuck and releasing what's held.
yeah,
So yeah, I again, the puffiness is a plumbing problem. So I like that you're outside. I like that you're sweating. I like that that you get a chance to move around and do
glistening
all of
like
that
a
stuff as
glazed donut.
well.
But how are you feeling today? I mean, that's the main thing is
Yeah,
uh, you
I
work so
feel
hard, girl.
I feel good. Yesterday, was it yesterday? A couple of days ago, I was working with my personal trainer, and I moved the muscles because the muscle holds the story, right? So you have this
Yeah.
unrecovered tension that restricts the flow and the posture in your neck and face, and or downstream of everything happening, what's happening in your shoulders and your jaw. So I like finding a way to get that stimulus. So workout, doing the stretching and all of those kinds of move, right? I mean, that's the third pillar you'll probably talk about later, but um, yeah, I think I feel good. I feel connected in my body. I feel like the nervous system is just so misunderstood
Talked
in terms
about.
of how it, yeah, exactly. So that in itself is gives me a little high, like being able to talk about it with you. I think people really, once they connect the dots, they start seeing, okay, so this really is like a real part of wellness. And so,
Yes.
but I feel good. How's everybody on that? Thank you all for being here. We see some hearts, we see some thumbs up, we see some people passing through. Don't forget to put your questions in the comments, or any comments in the comments, and we'll talk about it. We'll acknowledge you.
And
We're
happy
grateful that you're
August,
here.
everybody. I cannot
That's
believe it's already August.
August 1st. And we had the most beautiful full moon. I don't know if you were able to see it while you're over there. Just a beautiful full moon.
I
It's
actually
super
did. I'll
big.
send you a picture after we get going.
Love it.
But that's the main thing is that, waking up, making sure that you're tapping movements, making sure that you're, rubbing where your lymph nodes are. It's going to really help
Mhm.
debloat you. And then again, just little movements and stretching your neck instead of going in for that neck lift does do wonders, not only for the way that you look, but also for your mental state. That's the main thing.
Yes. Oh gosh, and can we just pause for a minute and talk about how that drives everything that you do, every decision that you make? Like it's all connected, like the mental, emotional, like it's all connected and it's all a part of that wellness. This is why it matters. People, it's
Yeah.
not luxury. I keep trying to say it's really not luxury. It's about, do you want to have more money? Well, you got to make good financial decisions. How can you make good financial decisions if your brain is not clear because you are
Yes.
so clogged up with everything that you're not taking care of? And we're
Yeah.
ignoring the things that are coming out on our face, but that's actually signals, right? Like the puffiness, the redness, and it's just, it's, we have the glow by delivered by blood flow. That's how you get the glow. And you were talking about the movement, and circulation feeds skin. So the
Yeah.
oxygen and the nutrients reach your face through movement. It's the original glow serum and it's free. And the red light
Yeah.
amplifies it. The red light supports the cellular energy while you move. So you get movement and light in one session. And then what you were talking about with consistency, that beats the intensity. So just 20 minutes, few times a week, is going to beat one heroic workout a month. And that
Exactly.
system rewards your rhythm. So it's not the effort. It's just the consistency. And that's why you're smart enough to have the yoga classes and the personalized movement plan and the red light elliptical and all of these things that you have. Like your mind is just so brilliant to bring it all together. And that's why
The
it works.
main thing though is the reset, because obviously you're moving, you're flowing, you're flushing everything out. But what are you going to do if you can't sleep? That's
Oh,
another huge point that I wanted to talk about. Remember, we're all here is that yes, we have all these services here to make you look better, feel better, and yeah, it does come with a small price tag, but you know, the main thing is that you're going to um, I already lost my train of thought.
the
But it's
sleep.
just so important that you sleep because if you're constantly being too obsessed with the schedule, hence me because I hate being on a schedule.
Really?
It's
I
funny,
didn't
but
know.
people love to be on a schedule. I'm like, what am I even talking about?
Yeah,
So that's just
sleep
kind
is
of where
sleep is an
the
interesting. I
recovery
love.
is what I meant to say. Recovery is the word I meant to
Yes.
say.
Yeah, absolutely. And you only really recover with sleep once you get enough of it, because you have to get into a certain stage of sleep so that you can recover. Because the garbage collector, the dishwasher, however you want to describe it, comes and just washes out all of the toxins that are in your brain that are actually leading you to have more stabilization. So you have like memory consolidation, and you have actually your emotional health. And people don't understand that. There's a direct correlation between poor sleep and poor memory, and also poor emotional health. So, I
Oh,
mean, of course, we all have
absolutely.
traumas and triggers and things that happen, but you're not getting enough sleep. Guess what? You're going to go off on everybody, and you're going to be very sensitive. And then guess what?
And
All of that's
sleep
going to
is
show up
the
on your face.
easiest, and sleep is the easiest way you can burn calories. Who would have thought? Because if you're
How
not
much
getting the
does
right
it cost
rest,
to sleep?
free.
It's free. Free 99. That's crazy though, like that you're burning, and it all works together, doesn't it?
Well, and I like that if you skip one thing, it's amazing how it really brings down your nervous system. So being
Yeah.
aware of movement, working out, detoxing, sweating, right? But if there's a gap in any of that, like sleep or even just breathing the right way, you could completely see how it brings you down. And just like you said, it's very a lot easier to go off on people. And who wants to go off on anyone? I mean, nobody wakes up wanting to be mean. It just happens
It does
because
happen. And it's like it's one of these, I mean, it's free. You mentioned it burns calories. So there's really, I think it comes down to, as well as self-discipline, and sleep helps with
yeah,
hypertension and weight loss. Absolutely. So,
yeah,
you know, you're trying to control your blood pressure, you're trying to control your diet, your weight, and these are things that you don't need a pill for. I mean, okay, some people take melatonin, but the point is that you need to strive, or they'll take magnesium. But the point is that you need to make an effort to try to get there. Try to make an effort to have a consistent schedule that includes the workout and the movement we were talking about, and just being mindful of what the changes are that you want to have and the ones that you do. But you got us, right? I mean, we got the beauty bar. We got, like, you're not in it alone. You know,
Yes.
I think people think they're in it alone, but they're really not in it alone. We have an approach that is, um, as you talked about last week, I believe, that just that mixing of the Eastern and the Western approach. And I think that's super powerful, because you have your personalized science informed treatment plans. And then you've got, like, so you've got the clinical side, you've got all of those beautiful supplements that help. And then you have, the functional neurology, you have the nervous system reset, you have going through things that are, that kind of deepen and work together to make this change in your life so that you can have, like, look better and feel better and move better.
Yes. So our lymphatic massages are 120. They're normally 300, and that does seem a lot. But once you actually see what it does to you once a week, and again, just like your hairstylist, imagine if you had somebody that really you trust. Some people don't really like talking to a trained therapist. I personally, I have to do it. I just have a lot of stress, a lot of things that I want to personally improve on myself. So the more that I go to a therapist and talk about my issues that you're comfortable talking about. But if you don't, having that touch and having somebody that you go to, like a massage therapist, is also another way of therapy. Because again, the more that you have on your shoulders, it just brings you down. You
Yeah.
want to have upliftness. You want to have the right way that you think, and just like what you said, whenever the garbage gets all clogged up and everything's stagnant, get up, walk, move. I know I like a little bit more like military training thought process, but sometimes
Mhm.
people just freeze in that environment. I know, Andrea, you kind of talked about that. You're like, nope, I like more of the softer approach. I like it more of like, go, go, go. So also learning on how you could be a person and be around the right people is also
How you're
very
wired.
full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Explain that a
that
little bit
you
more,
are.
how you're wired.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think essentially what you're talking about all comes down to self-awareness and knowing how you thrive. So you're like, I know that this pressure drives me, whereas Andrea is a bit different and she takes a different approach. If you're not paying attention to how you operate at your best, it's impossible to have your needs be met because you're not taking the time to be aware and see, like, how do I show up in the world as my best self? And what are the things that I need that are going to support me,
Yes.
to do that? Like you mentioned, I think you mentioned the therapeutic massage and having, sessions, having like a trainer, having all of these things are when you're training, you have somebody to hold you accountable to. So I think you just need to figure out yourself. First of all, what do you need? And then go from there and get, the environment and the
Yeah.
package even that you need that is going to support you.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's where we've already talked about sound, we've talked about light, we've talked about what you guys do, amazing trauma. And I guess that's one thing I wanted to touch on because, again, the recovery process,
Hmm.
us women, whenever we have our menstrual cycles,
Oh
it
boy.
is God naturally telling us, or whatever higher being you believe in, it is your body resetting, restoring, right? So that's really important that you've had major um, menstrual issues, and that's a huge deal, especially going through menopause, which you're too young for yet, but perimenopause,
Yeah.
that's where all these little things that are going to be more holistic sound, but it also all ties together. So whenever there's a gap, and that's where we're all talking about consistency now, from lymphatic massage to sound therapy to meditation to walking after you eat, right? We talked a little bit about gut health, but again, restoring. So,
Yes. Can I just pause and say something real quick? I have to admit, I am 40 years old And I have not until this moment really kind of like something you said is sort of crystallizing in me, which is about like this is like your cycles are resetting. It's
Mm-hmm.
recovery, it's restorative in a way. And you can do things around that time to help you, to support you in your recovery. Like it's essentially you're taking the whole month to build up your endometrium lining and all of this stuff, right? And then there's a breakdown and it's flushing out. But it's repair. You have a restoration. So when you have the sound that you're talking about that we do, and we have like sound is restorative. It's literally resetting your nervous system according to different frequencies, according to vibrations that are helpful, beneficial to your whole entire body, including your reproductive system. And whether you have your system intact and whether you're menstruating or not, you still need an opportunity, especially in women's wellness, to recover, to restore. So I just
Yeah.
love that you mentioned that, because I think it's lost on even people like me who are practicing every day. That's a part of
Yes.
your recovery. That's a part of your, is like just emptying it out. I think we see it as kind of a chore and this like really annoying thing, but the truth is that it's a part of what helps you look better and feel better and move better, is
Yeah.
allowing the body to do its natural thing. So why not lean into it and go and
Yeah.
get, like the nervous system reset and the tuning forks and sound and all of these things that are going to assist you in your recovery. I
And if
like
you
that.
never had a reset, a neurological reset, that is exactly what it does. It's making you forget about any trauma. And sometimes resetting also is a part of, or trauma, you have to reset after trauma. So that's just where I love what you guys do. And we normally do that for 350. We're doing this for 175 for a session. And it's quick, it's fast, but I do it once a week. Luckily, I think after I did it for about 6 weeks, and it is an investment, right? But 175 for just coming 4 times, you can see a difference. And obviously, there's still that stress there that you want to wake up and you want to be mindful of how you wake up each day, how you're aware of it. Right now, I am like sweating bullets right now, but I'm like, okay, I don't want to be inside where the light is. I don't want to be, where I normally do it, because again, we're here to educate you guys on little tiny movements, and me pretending like I'm not burning up is me also, I'm going to go inside in the cool air and restore after this heat. So anything that's like pressure, it's developing a good reset.
I love it. Oh my God, you're on fire today. This is like probably because you're literally on fire. You're hot right now.
So I
But
kind of go over the deal because
yes,
everyone's like, why are you doing this webinar? And I'm like, look, I'm just trying to throw myself out there. Why not? My big goal in life is that I would love to go live and teach people about their health, their wellness. And whenever I go away to all these vacations, I find out so many amazing things that different cultures even do. We met some people from Japan last night, and even the way that they do their beauty regimens are so different than what we do in the United States, but we're all universal, that it all goes back to our body reset, our restoring, and then again, regulating our nervous system.
mhm. And we're all on this journey together, aren't we? We're all needing to. We all want to look better and feel better and move better. I just don't know a single person that doesn't want that for themselves. And the
Exactly.
deal that you're putting forth is kind of really a steal, honestly, with the price of the nervous system reset and the price of the massages. And you're going to go through a little bit more, but ask your questions, reach out, like come through. We want to help you. That's the whole reason why we're doing this one wellness reset, is because we want to have a community, a collective of people that are actually taking care of themselves. And like you're talking about meeting people from different cultures and different countries, and we all want the same thing. As humans, we want the same thing,
Exactly.
which is to really feel better. And I mean, isn't that what we're here for? Like, why would we live any less? I think the abundance is already here. I think we make our
Absolutely.
lives a little harder than they need to be sometimes because we're just a little bit stubborn.
Yep, exactly. So, your neurological reset, which is what Entrea does, is normally 175, sorry, 350, but we're doing it for 175 for the first 20 people. Red light therapy is also included in that. We want to have a community where you can also come to our events, really be aware of, you know, that it is a constant having people around you to also change your well-being, because how many times have you been over and had dinner with a person and they suck out all your energy?
Oh my
Us
God.
at the One Wellness, we are not about that. We want to really make sure that we're around people that are really thriving to be their best selves, which is why we are having so many different guests and really trying to educate ourselves. But the more that we talk about gut health, talk about issues, any issues that you have, and then again, how can you use our services to help benefit you, is what we wanted to do every Saturday. So we also have our red light therapy, our brain tap, which is light therapy, meditation, and that is our recovery lounge. Thank you, Shankar. Our recovery lounge. And this is where it is included that you could just come into our beauty bar wellness at 3503 Paesanos Park Village. And with the $7.99 special, you get all of these services once a week included in that $7.99.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that's where, a little massage chair, maybe you're not really with one of our artists, but putting that brain tap on as you're getting a massage, putting the red light therapy on you 15 minutes is so incredible what it does with the inflammation in your body. And really experiencing these services are going to show how much you can naturally restore your nervous system just by the way you're surrounding yourself around new people that are positive, about people that are going to push you, right? I know that we don't want to talk about push with talking about the nervous system, but the main thing is all of this is our recovery lounge that is included in the 750. Yeah? So it's a really, really good deal. So we are so excited to also talk to you guys about our peptides as well. The NAD is obviously there to really help restore and repair the cells in your body that go in there and make you older. So we want to make sure that we're also revamping and restoring your youth through our peptides. B12 immunity, that's where the B12 shot, and vitamin D is huge. You can also get your immunity a little stronger just by being out in the sunlight for 10 minutes and grounding yourself on the earth. So all these things are just little things that we want to talk about. So definitely make sure that you guys comment and also share so that you guys can take care of our recovery lounge. I'm super excited about the recovery lounge because it's just a really good way to just come and do a little free assessment with us, because sometimes it's just so hard to figure it out. I know I keep on touching on all of our services can be virtual because we're also very big into energy, and whenever you do just small little things and making sure there's no gap in the way of you doing things is where you're going to be able to be in control of your nervous system, being aware of your thoughts, your mindset, everything like that is the main thing that we want to go over with you guys. So definitely, do we have any questions? I think that we don't have any questions, but at least everybody
Can get into the questions they might have really quickly. So what if it's not for me? Well, if it's not for you, you get a full refund. But the first week guarantee, you attend your kickoff and your first sessions. Do I have time for this? It's just 2 short visits a week. The lounge is a walk-in, right?
Yes,
There's no
absolutely.
appointment.
And like I
That's
said, just
insane.
come on in and just even just talking about getting an assessment, you're going to be able to meet our fabulous therapist or fabulous providers to make sure that it is the right fit for you.
Mm-hmm.
And we also do virtual. All the
I
virtual
love
stuff
that.
is I'm obsessed with.
And the last question here is this a contract?
Nope, just come on in and you can always get out of any contract, but it's not a
That's crazy.
contract.
So month to month, and that's amazing. I think the
Yeah,
whole thing is incredible. Like, we care. I guess we need to tell them how to reach us so that we can give them a spot if they want to purchase. Right?
yeah. So you guys could go to thebeautybar.com. We also have the One Wellness and Med Spa. But you can obviously reach us at the One Beauty Bar. It's just a little bit more of our foo-foo brand. And then also you could comment on the One Beauty Bar Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, everything. So there's lots of ways that you could reach us, or just give us a call at 210-745-1120. And like she said, we also have walk-ins. So you could come to our second story at 35 3503 Paesanos Parkway, right behind um, Paesanos restaurant.
Yes. I love it.
Well, I am so excited. Next week, we're going to go ahead and go in a little bit more about sleep. And I'm glad that you talked about magnesium. There's also melatonin, and the magnesium is definitely something that I've been taking, and it just makes you feel so much better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
This
make
has
sure you
been
guys
really
be
fun.
mindful, no gaps, and then be around people that you really want to be like, and really we just want to have these Saturday calls to just have awareness for how we're going to be doing our next week.
Beautiful. Well, it was lovely as always being with you. Thank you for
Yes.
sweating on our for us.
Oh, thank you. It's beautiful. All
Well,
right, you guys. Well, I will talk to you guys then. Bye.
bye.